I'm delusional. I'm crazy. Lock
Crazy.
me up.
Crazy.
Lock me up and throw away the key. I am crazy. I
was
all
crazy
in.
once.
Oh my God, stop.
Lock
Don't
me in
even
a
start
room.
with that.
A rubber room.
A
rubber room with rats.
I don't
the
even-
Rats made me crazy.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is by you. Welcome back to the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast, Ball State's premier sports podcast with your premier knuckleheads. I'm your co-host, Daniel Keene. Joined alongside me is Andy Newman. And I would just like to say I had the privilege of giving the intro today because I beat Andrew 2-0 in a best 2 out of 3 competition of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
And not like
Rochambeau.
Not like 2-0 as in I won 2 in a row. I'm saying we did 2 throws and I won both throws.
Isn't that the exact same thing as 2 in a row?
I said 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, because like I could have won 1, and then we could have tied 2, 3, 4, and then I could have won the second one and still won 2.
True.
I
Okay,
wanted
that's
everyone
true.
to know
Clean
that
sweep.
it took me 2 throws
That's
to beat
true.
you 2-0.
Understood. Okay. Now I understand. Whatever.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. It's a little rainy, and obviously this is a little bit later than what we would normally do our podcast. Shout out to Daniel for having to go down to a concert. Sean,
A concert? Yes.
what was it?
Tuesday.
Zach.
No.
Shawn Mendes.
Wow.
Who was it?
Guess again. No, this is gonna be fun. Not Shawn Mendes. Not Zach Bryan. I would have loved Zach Bryan. Though.
Zach Brown.
No.
Band.
Mm-mm.
Eli Manning.
Yeah, I drove to Nashville to watch Eli Manning sing.
Yeah, I would. Why not?
One more. First name Noah.
Noah Beck.
Nope. I don't even know who that is.
Neither do I. I just said a name. Noah Glenn Carter. TikTok's own. Noah Glenn Carter.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know.
It's Noah Khan, man.
Ah!
Noah Khan.
I don't know who that
I drove to Nashville to see Noah Khan in concert. Really,
Wow.
really good show.
Awesome experience.
Awesome experience. It was
Yeah.
like one of those concerts where I knew every single word to every single song played, and those are just phenomenally fun.
Noah Khan.
Um,
Should I know this guy?
I talk a lot about him.
Do you?
I got him tattooed on me.
Oh,
yesterday.
that's the. Oh, talk about that. Share that. No, don't share that.
I mean, I can. This is the first my parents will hear of it if they listen to our podcast. This isn't the first tattoo, so my mom is a very big like do whatever you want, but I think
Mr. and Mrs. Keene,
tattoos are a waste of money, but
sorry.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Talk?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get blown up on a podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say, before you graduate,
Okay.
I think it'd be a phenomenal idea.
No.
You didn't. What did you think I was gonna say?
Tattoo.
That is another great idea
Yeah,
that I have.
okay.
But I was mainly saying we should get our parents on the pod.
I don't know how that would work.
What do you mean?
I don't know how that would work.
What do you mean?
How would that work?
So like, not like all of our parents at the same time. Let's do an episode with the Newmans and an episode with the Keens.
That's a thought.
No, I think phenomenal idea. Hear me out. Phenomenal idea.
Okay.
My parents are coming in for homecoming. We just get them in the studio.
When is homecoming?
Not this weekend. Maybe next weekend. Maybe the weekend after.
Because we got that Newslink, Indiana alumni reunion.
I heard.
Yes.
Am I allowed to go to that? I'm technically a Newslink.
You are technically a Newslink alumni. Technically.
One semester, baby.
Technically.
Homecoming is the 16th through the 21st.
Okay.
So that's not. Yeah, it's sometime. It's not today. It's not this weekend. I'll tell you that. In the wonderful world of sports, a couple things happened. What do we want to talk about
Wow,
first?
you did. That was just. Let's stop talking about homecoming. It's sports
Do you want
time.
to talk more about homecoming?
No,
What do you
not
want?
really.
What do you want
not
to talk
really,
about?
not really.
No.
Soapbox. There wasn't a
I'm getting warm, so I'm going
much.
to take my hoodie off. Soapbox. Talk about how homecoming you want to talk about.
I
today.
don't know. Are you okay? Well, I don't even. There wasn't. I was just. I thought we were having a good conversation. Clearly not. Homecoming, good.
Ladies and gents, a great example of putting your foot in your mouth. Andrew
Yeah.
Newman.
I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's talk something fun. JT's apparently back with the Colts.
Yay! There we go. Okay, let's talk about that. So Jonathan Taylor, after months of concern that he would either A, no longer be an Indianapolis Colt, or B, just sit out the rest of the year and then get traded, or I don't know. There was a whole lot of different scenarios. He was unhappy with the city, unhappy with Jim Irsay, unhappy with Chris Ballard.
I'd be
with
unhappy
Shane
with
Steichen.
Jimmy Percocet too.
Yeah, I said Jim.
No, I know, but I call him
Jimmy Perk.
I call him Jimmy Percocet.
Dude, that you know how rich Jim Irsay is so rich. So rich that he can have a mediocre skill like playing guitar. Like it's a fantastic skill to have, but I don't think he's that great at it.
He's not.
But he can have that slight skill and then buy a building in Indianapolis to have a massive poster of himself just shredding guitar while I'm walking into Lucas Oil Stadium.
It's Jimmy
all you need
Percocet.
Is billions of dollars, and you too can have a giant poster of yourself shredding a guitar when you're like an 85-year-old man. Also,
isn't most of the money from his dad?
Yes. I do believe a lot of it is Robert Irsay's money. Yes.
Oh, boy.
Robbie Irsay took the Colts on the Mayflower from Baltimore to Indianapolis set up.
I think I'd like Robert Irsay better than I like Jimmy Perks.
Jimmy Perks? Jimmy's been around the team for years. Like the
we know.
Colts have been his life.
His life.
His life.
Actually, the Colts have not been his life. The roof of Lucas Oil Stadium has been his life.
Because he's high? Because like high up and the roof is high? Or
That's an outlandish accusation, Andrew Newman. I was just saying.
Talk about the roof being closed or open. I thought you were just talking about like the roof is high up in the air.
I don't think of that. I don't think of the Ford.
The elevation.
I don't think of the Ford family that way.
The what?
The Ford family. I don't think of the Ford family that way. But the fact that you immediately thought of that of your owner makes me giggle.
Well, you literally did call him Jimmy Perks like right before. So I mean.
Hey, I can call him whatever he wants. I can call him whatever I want. He's not my owner.
That's true. Yeah. Whatever.
Right, well, they're gonna
back to JT.
They're gonna be begging and hoping for JT because they lost again this week.
That we did, but hey, no. Jonathan Taylor says that he's 100% here for his teammates, and his number one goal is to bring this city a championship. So I don't know. That was when he was asked the direct championship of do you want to play for this team? Mm-hmm. So obviously he didn't answer that directly, but reports have been told that he has a better relationship with the Colts and Jim Irsay and everybody. So I feel good about that. I'd like to see where it all ends up. I think he does play Sunday though, and hopefully this podcast will be out maybe tonight even.
I mean, depends on how long it takes the editor to edit.
I'm gonna edit it literally right after this.
Perfect.
I'm gonna walk out there, edit it, and I'm gonna send it to you.
Cool.
So that might be up by tonight.
On the topic of JT though, I just want to reference this real quick. Kevin Bowen, not a cool guy.
Who is Kevin Bowen?
He's a journalist who covers the Colts.
For who?
And I don't even know.
Look it up.
Kevin Bowen.
Okay. Who is this man?
One sec. I got to figure out who he writes for.
Got it.
He's a radio host.
Oh, I feel like I've heard the name.
He does Wish TV stuff.
Okay.
Either way, I've got a bone to pick as a journalist. So they were asking JT questions, and he asked the question if Jonathan Taylor wants to be a Colt, like if he wants to continue being a Colt, and Jonathan Taylor gave his response.
Yeah.
When tweeting it, this exact same question answers. Kevin Bowen says Taylor asked if he wants to be a Colt, and then used the quote, "I'm here right now." ... George Brenner, who I actually know, he writes for the Herald Bulletin. He's a really, really lovely guy, great journalist.
Shout out.
He also works CNHI Sports Indiana and the Herald Bulletin.
Yeah.
But he uses the quote that JT said in full.
Yeah.
"I'm here right now, and my number one thing is to take care of my teammates.
Yep.
What this city needs is a championship, and that's what I'm here to do."
Yep.
So there's two sides of being journalists. There's the Kevin Bowen side, and there's the George Brenner side. We should all be the George Brenner side.
I'll be George.
I'm just saying.
Let's all be George. Let's all take a moment and try and be like George.
I'm just saying.
Be curious.
Just saying.
There's no stopping curiosity.
No stopping curiosity. Either way, that was my soapbox for the minute about JT. I could really care less if JT plays for the Colts ever again.
I really could. I feel the exact opposite way.
I know you do. Imagine a JT AR in the backfield.
Exactly. And I'm going to see that. I'm going to witness it.
When?
This week.
Is he going to play this week?
I think so.
I thought he has
said he's 100% healthy.
I thought he has the 21-day window.
100% healthy.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Playing.
I do believe he's playing.
Either way, they lost to the
I think
Rams.
it's a snap count, though.
Oh, yeah, they're giving him a snap count.
Yeah. But so do we want to talk just the Colts game itself? I know that you kind of brought that up a little bit. I would.
Be my guest, Sugar
Yeah.
Bear.
You know what? What did you say? What did you call me?
I said be my guest, Sugar Bear.
What?
I have no clue.
Why?
I don't know. I was trying to be encouraging.
Okay. That was a statement that was made. Anyway. Wow. So the Indianapolis Colts obviously took on the I was about to say St. Louis, the Los Angeles Rams in Lucas Oil Stadium. I was watching the game. A lot of disappointment throughout the first half. Colts were down 23-0 at one point in the game. And then something got turned on. Anthony Richardson turned up the noise and took over. We ended up going to overtime. Lost in an overtime touchdown to Puka Nacua.
He's in my fantasy team.
Puka Nacua is just another level of GOAT, I guess. That guy is probably the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year at this point, I would assume.
Yep. Jahmyr Gibbs coming in late, though. He's going to win it.
We'll see. Yeah, because the man, the myth, the legend, Ben Skoranek has something to say about it. No one else.
He's not a rookie.
No, I'm saying like he's going to get more catches than Puka because he's going to start popping off. But the real reason.
It's Cooper Kupp's coming back.
Yes, correct. That's what I was trying to get you to say.
I'm well aware.
That's what I was trying to get you to say. Yeah, Cooper Kupp will be back in an NFL uniform this week to the absolute joy of most fantasy owners that have him on their IR spot.
People who have Puka Nacua will be a little upset.
People who have Puka Nacua will be happy. Yes, or not happy, unhappy.
Yes,
whatever. But no, the Colts. Anthony Richardson. Well, I was disappointed. There's one individual that I am disappointed in. I don't know if you watched any of the game at all. I assume no.
Which game?
The Colts game at all. Any
No.
of it? Red zone at all? None of it? Okay.
No.
Were the Lions playing at the same time? No, they weren't. What were you doing?
Lions won on Thursday Night Football.
Are you not a red zone guy?
So Sunday I slept in.
Dude, there was a 9:30 game too. We need to talk about that as well.
Sleeping in?
No, 9:30 game.
Okay.
The
Toy Story game?
Yeah.
I did watch the highlights
Yeah.
from that. That was kind of awesome.
Fun. Anyway, so the one person that I'm incredibly unhappy about is Darius Shaquille Leonard. Bro has not turned up the juice at all. Ever since coming back from his injury, ever since he changed his name, to be completely honest with you, he's been kind of what are you looking at here?
Sorry, one sec. Finish talking. I'm gonna blow this up after you're done talking.
Okay. But no, Darius Leonard has been really disappointing for me, especially as someone who you would expect to be one of the better premier linebackers in the NFL and lead this Colts team. And I said that he might not even be a top 2 linebacker on our team at this moment. EJ Speed and Zaire Franklin are both incredibly good, even though EJ Speed effectively lost that game for us.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm feeling positive. I am feeling positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be positive about them.
I'm feeling positive.
They're an all right team right now. They're
All right.
2-2, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
Could be 4
the reason why I popped up really high, I'm in a fantasy football league, and I've talked about this fantasy football league before. It's $30 entry. Winner gets $300. There's already a guy who's 8-0, so it's almost over. But like, I'm more just playing for fun. Like when I very seldom go into a fantasy football season like I'm ready to win. Like I don't really.
Someone's 8-0.
He's 8-0, and I traded him the worst trade I've ever traded in my life.
How does that work?
Oh, sorry. We have.
Is it where you beat the league median?
So if you play your game, and if you win, you get a win. And if your point total scores higher than the league median that week, you get an extra win. So he's 8-0. I'm 4-4. 4-2 or something. I don't know. I'll show you in a second. Either way, the people I play with are not the best at trading, but they like to trade a lot. To be fair, I fall into that category because I traded David Montgomery for Michael Thomas 2 weeks ago, right before he went for 33 points against the Packers. So whatever. But they've been trading me bad. Like I reject probably 2 to 3 trade offers a day from these guys in this fantasy league.
I'm really awful at trading.
Me too. Except here's the trade I just got offered: Michael Thomas. So Michael Thomas in the first.
You get Michael Thomas?
No, I have Michael Thomas.
Okay.
I'd be trading him away. Michael Thomas, he's 30, injury prone, not the guy he once was. Yeah. He averaged it. So in week 1, he went 8.6. Week 2, he went 9. Week 3, he went 8, and week 4, he went 7.3. And then week 5 is coming up. Either way, he's not the wide receiver he once was.
Correct.
I drafted Kyle Pitts at the beginning of the year, and I traded Kyle Pitts away because
Good call.
Kyle Pitts is bad at football.
Terrible. Not great.
Except everybody in my league really likes to trade for him. He's been traded probably 4 or 5 times. I need a better wide receiver. So he's trading me Gabe Davis
Okay.
and Kyle Pitts
All right.
for Michael Thomas. Viewers in at home, Andrew, do I take this trade?
I don't like Gabe Davis.
Hear me out.
I don't know if I like any of the players, to be completely honest with you.
Except Gabe Davis in his last 3 weeks, 18, 9.8, 13.6. I would rather get Gabe Davis
And Kyle Pitts.
and Kyle Pitts than have Michael Thomas in my lineup, because then I'm just going to shift Kyle Pitts and use him in a trade.
I'd maybe do it then.
Great. Thoughts at home? The one person listening? Waiting on you? Okay, never mind.
Nope.
All right, I'm taking the trade.
It's just because we're not in our normal time here. Yeah, we should have posted something.
What's your thoughts on trading?
Thoughts on trading?
Yeah.
I hate it, but I mean, I know I need to do it is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bad at it as well. I'm also really bad at it. I should have last week before this past game where Michael Pittman only had 1 catch in the whole game. I was offered a straight up trade Michael Pittman for Anthony Richardson, and I said no.
Michael Pittman
for Anthony Richardson. At the time,
you have Anthony Richardson?
I have Michael Pittman. At the time, Michael Pittman was like a top 15 wide receiver, though. And Pittman and AR just had 2 weeks off, essentially.
Okay.
So,
did you do it?
I did not.
Oh, I was going to say, that would have been dumb.
What, to get Anthony Richardson for Michael Pittman?
Wait, you had Anthony Richardson?
I had Michael Pittman.
Oh, yeah, you should have taken it.
I know I should have. Yes, correct. But now I'm riding with Brock Purdy, so.
Brock Purdy's not bad. No, Brock Purdy's not bad. Do you want to go through every single NFL game right now? Actually, let's talk.
Hold on. Yeah.
What
are you going to say?
I was going to say, let's talk Lions, because I really want to.
Let's talk Lions, yeah.
They sit alone atop the NFC North for the first time since 2017. They have the number 1 or number 2, I can't remember, but still, rush defense in the NFL. Jamison Williams has been designated to come back. We play Carolina this week in a revenge game in which it's going to be a blowout. What's not to love about being a Detroit Lions fan right now? Nothing. I am drinking the Kool-Aid. I am drunk off the Kool-Aid. I am riding the ship till it goes down. Super Bowl or bust, baby.
I like it.
I am like, I will not even lie. I'm delusional. I'm crazy. Lock me up. Lock me up and throw away the key. Crazy. I am crazy. I was
crazy
in.
once.
Oh my God, stop. Don't even start with that.
A rubber room. Rubber room with rats. Rats made me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy one.
We're gonna have back-to-back weeks of chaos. Where did that come from?
I don't. TikTok, I think maybe. That one guy. The guy on the video guy, the guy on TikTok, I think.
Okay, so I don't know who that is or what that is.
I don't know either.
As I've mentioned before, I was in RA for an academic enrichment camp, and it's all high schoolers. And they stay Monday through Friday, and they go home on the weekends. Like, that's what I did the past 2 summers. This summer, I had 4 or 5 boys on my floor who would do that habitually. And it's
like crazy.
They'd say that.
I was crazy once.
Stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw something at you. Like, I don't even know what that is, but that was like super high school boy of them to just do it on a consistent basis. Every time they had the issue, they go, "Daniel, are you feeling crazy right now?" And I'd be like, "What?" And they'd be like, "Crazy." I was like, "I don't get that."
Rats made me crazy.
I don't get it. I don't like that's something like I have my boyish humor, but that's not. I've never understood that at all.
It's just like it's a big circle.
I'm aware that it's a big circle. The circle doesn't make sense.
Circle storytelling. Sports Link.
Okay. Either way, I'm crazy. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I am off my rocker. Lock me up and throw away the key. The Lions are winning the Super Bowl, baby.
That's, again, a statement. It's a statement.
It's a statement. It's a statement I just made. It's a statement I'm happy for.
And I know we talked about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce a little bit last week. Or actually a lot last week.
Okay.
That was the first 10 minutes.
So here's where we might differ here. Last week, I was all on board.
Now, no. Now, I was just going to ask you, do you think it's getting a bit much?
I think it's kind. Okay, so hear me out.
Do we need to be showing Taylor Swift on the NBC
So
Sunday
time
Night
out.
Football broadcast?
Pause.
Yeah.
According to The Athletic,
Yeah.
Swift was shown during the Sunday Night Football broadcast.
I know how many times.
17 times.
17? Oh, they're probably including pregame.
Yes, including pregame.
I was just talking during the game itself. It's 11.
Yep. It did pay off as NBC, Kansas City won, and we'll talk about that in a second. They beat the Jets, but it saw an average of 27 million viewers. That's pretty good. I think that's the most since the last Super Bowl. Additionally, after the win, the NFL temporarily changed its bio on social media to Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties. Additionally, Kansas City won the game, but in one of the final moments of the game, Sauce Gardner got flagged for pass interception or pass interference. So basically, they intercepted the ball. The Jets intercepted the ball. It would have been game over. Or it wouldn't have been game over. The Jets would have been able to get the ball back and go down the field and score. And we can talk about this in a second. Why am I blanking on his name? Quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes,
No.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. There we
God.
go. Wow. I don't know why I forgot that. Zach Wilson was on fire. Zach Wilson, PFF grade, scored higher than Patrick Mahomes. Out-threw him. I don't think he had an interception.
It's the first time that a quarterback is outplayed in every statistical category, Patrick Mahomes, since high school.
Yes.
Wild.
Zach Wilson, if they get the ball back, there's a terrific chance that they go down to either tie or win the game. Jets intercept the ball, and if you watch the video, I watched the replay like 10 times. I was on one on Sunday night, but I watched the replay a bunch. And basically what happened was once the ball is intercepted, not before,
not after.
Once the ball is intercepted, like as the player picks off the ball, you then see the referee throw his flag. I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist, but anytime I have ever seen a pass interference call, the flag is thrown before the ball hits hands or the ground.
Maybe it's just a delay.
That's a mighty long delay.
Yeah, just an auditory delay,
Not auditory.
Visual delay.
Not even that. I'm just saying. If you want a devil's advocate for the conspiracy theories, there's that.
Yeah.
I love Taylor Swift as much as the next guy.
They were not throwing flags for Taylor Swift. Come on.
But
no.
But would it look a lot better if the Chiefs won?
No.
On Sunday Night Football against the Jets in MetLife.
Yes.
With Taylor Swift there.
Yes.
So the Chiefs could be 2-0 as Swifties. It's not a great look.
Yes.
It's not a great look. Especially for a controversial call like that to land. And then the NFL to do something like Chiefs are 2-0 Swifties, right?
Well, they always change their bio to dumb stuff, though. I think they had Big Kirko's woke up dripping like this as their bio for a while.
I'm just saying.
Big Kirko.
It's not a great look. Yeah, Taylor Swift's great. I can bop to a Taylor Swift song any day of the week. A quarter of my running playlist. Like I have a bunch of different running playlists. I have this one called Pumped Up Pop. The majority of it is either Beyonce
Hold
or
out a ring and say.
Yes.
You run to that?
I have run to that, yeah. It's a great song. A majority and Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer's a great running song.
Cruel Summer, it's you.
That's our intro.
No.
It's like a quarter of my running playlist is either Taylor Swift or Beyonce. Like I can get down with it. I'm just saying.
Get down and get jiggy with it? You get jiggy.
At times, yes, I do get jiggy. What do you want me to say here?
I don't know. Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be chaotic. Chaotic?
Chaotic? What is chaotic? Chaotic and chaos. So the MLB is
So the MLB playoffs are around the corner. It is October. Honestly, the Lions aren't playing, so I don't care. But I will watch the World
Did you say
Series.
the Lions aren't playing,
The
so I
Tigers.
don't care?
Oh my gosh, the Tigers aren't playing, so I
The
don't
Lions,
care.
the Lions are not in the postseason playoff
And
picture.
real quick, time out.
Yeah.
NHL started. I am dedicating more time than I ever have this season to watching the Red Wings in the NHL. I think I need to diversify my sports fandom, and that is what I'm doing. You should also become a Red Wings fan.
I should become not a hockey fan because I find it boring.
How do you find hockey boring?
I don't know. I just don't like hockey.
You know what I love doing? And I think, is Darren in this? Oh, well, no one's on the live anymore, but Darren was on the live. Something Darren and I go to a lot when I go back home is minor league hockey games, Flint Firebirds. I love minor league hockey.
Our minor league hockey team is actually really good.
A lot of fights, a lot of fun, a lot of good times.
The Comets.
Oh, the Comets.
With a K.
We should go. We should do like a traveling Knuckleheads.
An Indiana Drive, if you will.
Caleb Zuver,
With
hit
Caleb
us up.
Zuver and
We are the friends.
Yes.
Either way, MLB's around the corner. So the wild card already happened. The Twins beat Twins beat Toronto. The Texas Rangers beat Tampa Bay, which was a little surprising in my opinion, but whatever. The Diamondbacks beat the Brewers, and the Phillies beat the Marlins. So we're down to a Elite Eight, if you will. So,
Elite Eight.
in true Knuckleheads fashion, knowing very little about both teams, Andy, I'm going to ask you to call who's going to win the World Series. So,
Orioles.
first off,
Orioles.
in the AL,
Orioles.
in the ALDS, the Twins play the Astros. Who's winning?
Twins.
Okay, the Twins beat the Astros. Then
Orioles.
we have the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles.
Orioles.
It's the Orioles.
Yeah.
Then the Arizona Diamondbacks play the LA Dodgers.
Give me the Diamondbacks.
Okay. And then the Phillies play the Braves.
Give me the Phillies.
Okay, so then it's Phillies versus Diamondbacks.
Give me the Phillies.
The Phillies are going to the World Series, and who are they playing?
They're playing the Orioles.
Okay, and then the Orioles play the Phillies, and who wins?
The Orioles.
The Orioles are winning the World Series.
Series.
Thank you for attending the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast. Flipping back to, I think the NBA is starting, and I think we were supposed to have Zach Greer come in and talk, but I think Zach Greer had to run. He's not waiting in the window for us, which is fine. We'll save the NBA for another day.
Another day, another dollar. Can we shout out Jimmy Butler, though, for the emo look on
That
Media Day?
was kind of
Awesome.
crazy. That was kind of awesome. I
And
kinda
also
like that.
shout out Nikola Jokic for literally not wanting to be there at all.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic is kind of fun to me. He's like a guy.
Dog just
you
does
can
not
tell.
care.
You can tell that this is not his job. Like this is not his passion.
He likes horses, man.
No, like Nikola Jokic plays basketball because he's good at basketball, not because he loves basketball, and I love that. He's very much. Who was the football player that did? Oh no, not football. European football. He's a player who plays for Arsenal. His name is Ben White. They were asking him about like what games he loves to watch when he's not playing, like when he's just at home on a weekend. He goes, "I don't really watch. Like I don't really care. Like I'll play when we play, and I care about who we play, but I don't really care outside of that. Like I kind of admire sports people who are very much they can separate the passion for the sport with, getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
Were there any NFL games that really stood out to you this weekend?
Yes. The Bengals and the Titans.
Okay.
You know about that game at all? The Bengals got absolutely blown out by the Tennessee Titans.
I did see that part. This was where Ja'Marr Chase said, I'm always open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with the Bengals?
I think it's Joe Burrow's hurt. O-line's terrible. Zach Taylor needs to be fired. Not a whole lot else. Like nothing's firing, nothing's clicking.
In the last 2 years, Zach Taylor took him to an AFC championship and a Super Bowl.
Yep. Still needs to be fired.
Really?
I think that they don't win more than they're very, very screwed this year.
Okay.
Something's messed up. I don't know. Again, something's out of funk. People maybe have either A, figured out what the Bengals are doing. They lost Jesse Bates. Obviously, that was a huge, huge loss. Fort Wayne native. Shout out Jesse Bates. I really don't know, other than the Joe Burrow injury, which cannot be that big of a problem. I do not know what is wrong with the Bengals this year.
Okay.
You're taking a look at your article, aren't you? Wow, you're
I was looking at Bengals stats and taking a look at my article.
Okay.
I wanted to find the Ja'Marr Chase quote.
Okay, look it up. Ja'Marr Chase, I'm always open. Come on.
What are you doing right now?
We're trying to.
Tweets aren't loading? Okay, never mind. Either way, he's in the locker room, and he just says, I'm always open. Like, that's all he said.
Dang.
He was literally like, I'm always open. That's pretty much it. The Bears lose again, and it's kind of funny.
The Bears are bad.
It's kind of funny to watch. Do you know the Bears have not? You know the Bears have not won a football game since Elon Musk took over Twitter.
X.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
Anyway, no, but yeah, I see that graphic all the time. I think the Bears are just legitimately that bad. They're okay. So they're going up against 2 winless teams in 2 weeks. Went up against the Broncos, lost. They're playing the Panthers this week. If they lose, I would fire everybody at that point.
No, they played
the Panthers. They should be playing the Panthers this week.
Oh yes, and they played the Broncos last week. Sorry,
correct.
I was looking at the wrong day. Yeah. Well,
if you go 0-5 and your last 2 losses were to teams that were winless.
No, they play the Commanders this week. They play the Panthers next week.
What? No. Let me see.
Week 5, the Lions play the Panthers, bud. We just talked about that.
Well, darn.
I mean, they'll still lose to the Commanders. Actually, let's look at the next winnable game for the Chicago Bears. Also, to quote something I said in a previous episode, the Bears are bad at the football.
The Bears are bad at the football.
I think at one point in time I apologized on this show. I don't know why I did that, because the Bears are bad at the football.
You did apologize. I
did.
remember that, and they only ended up winning 3 games. It was because they won. They were 2-1 through a week.
This is what I get for trying to be benevolent.
Yeah. And you also had to apologize to Aiden Hutchinson. Remember that? Calling him like Andrew.
I did. I called him Andrew on accident. That was a bad
Remember
day.
that?
I do that a
Good
lot.
times.
For somebody who podcasts on a regular basis, I'm not the best talker.
That's why Newslink never worked out.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, the Bears play the Commanders. I think they lose. The Bears play the Vikings. I think they lose. The Bears play the Raiders. That's funny. That's like 2 dumpster fires. That's like pitting
The Raiders aren't that bad, though.
They're definitely not great.
They're better than the Bears. Who we got now?
Zach, who's a big Bears fan, he said they play the Panthers week 10. So you're
my bad.
You're a little far off there. But hey, let's be real. When they play the Panthers week 10, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, probably.
Give me a week that they play a team and they don't lose.
The Chargers.
They are not gonna beat the Chargers.
They'll beat the Lions.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
They're gonna get swept by the Lions.
Shout
Lions
out
are gonna beat them.
They're gonna beat the Lions.
If they beat the Lions. Here, look at me.
Yep.
Eye contact.
Okay.
If they beat the Lions, I will let you pie me live on the show.
Like a whipped cream
pie right in my face mid-show. Here's what we're gonna do.
I would have liked the Culver's bet more, but I wanted Culver's.
Well, this is more on me. So
okay.
If the Lions lose to the Bears at any point this season, they play them twice. I will put a whipped cream pie right here on the desk.
Okay.
And at any point in the show,
I will shove it in your face.
At any point, you can just be like, you know what? Boom. And I would love to not see it coming, because that would be even funnier. Mark my words. I'm really putting my hat on the line here. I will take a pie to the face if the Chicago Bears beat the Lions. But seriously, and this is there's no disrespect to them. Actually, everything I just said is pretty disrespectful to the fans of the franchise. But as a fan of a team like that, it's not like, okay, I am a fan of a team who
I have no issues with Bears fans. There's nothing against.
Oh, I do, because an NFC North rival. You just have to.
I got nothing against Bears.
I am a fan of a team that went winless. I know the pain. I know I know the hopelessness. I know the showing up week in, week out, and just watching horrible football being played.
Yeah, you do.
It's ugly.
It's not great. Dan Orlovsky.
It's ugly.
Shout out Dan.
Shout out Dan Orlovsky. He's a great broadcaster now.
And played Phil Colts. Started a game.
Big fan of him.
Yeah.
I
think he won a game. What do we got? More talking? More yapping?
No, when I said I was putting when I said I'll let you pie me in the face, Zach, who's the Bears fan, said I do not see that happening. Okay, NFL Week 5. Let's do some predictions. We haven't done predictions in a minute. Let's round the show out with some predictions.
Let's do that.
This was very talk show-esque. If you guys like the entertainment scene, let us know.
Yes.
If you don't, we'll get more analytical again.
There we go.
Which, by the way, why are the Bears on Thursday Night Football? Like, you should be able to flex teams out well before week 5.
So bad. This is a terrible, terrible game to have on Thursday Night Football.
I'm a big Sam Howell guy. When we went over the draft, this was freshman year. When we went over the draft, I was talking about how the Lions should have picked up Sam Howell as like a future guy. They didn't. Whatever. Not worried about it. But Sam Howell's a good quarterback. I like watching him play. Bears Commanders. What do you think?
Oh yeah, because this is the game that's on Thursday night. Yeah, I don't know why the Bears thought they were playing the Panthers. What is the? Are they 2-2 right now? The Commanders?
Yes.
Okay. Probably, I'd say the Commanders by like 4.
I'm gonna say it's 30-6 Commanders.
30-6. That's a lot of points.
Next up, Bills Jaguars at the 9:30 a.m. game.
I'm gonna try and get up for this.
Oh, well.
Oh, by the way, do you want to go back and talk about that?
Yeah, just real quick. The 9:30 a.m. game this week was
this past week. Yeah.
Who was it? It
was the Falcons and it was the Jags.
Yeah, the Jags are just the London team now, aren't they?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's why there was rumors that they were going to just permanently move to London.
Let's talk about that next week, but I don't think that's a great idea. The Jaguars play the Bills. I know last week they did Toy Story. Are they doing Toy Story again?
No, because last week it was only exclusively on ESPN Plus, the whole game, which I don't like at all. I do not like having NFL games exclusively on streaming services. I think that sucks.
You mean like Sunday Night Football?
Is not exclusively on a streaming service.
Oh, no, NBC has it?
Yeah.
Oh, then Thursday night's Prime.
Thursday night is Amazon Prime, correct.
Monday night's ESPN.
And Amazon Prime and Twitch, which is just...
It's on Twitch?
Yes, for free.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You can download Twitch for free and watch HD NFL Sunday or Thursday night games for free.
That's crazy.
On Twitch.
Go Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Toy Story game was really cool to watch.
It was. I watched a little bit of it. I mean,
it was cool to watch, but it wasn't like
who actually got up, sat down, and watched that whole game from start to finish on that broadcast.
Yeah, pretty.
That's what I want to know. Who did?
Pretty crazy.
Who did? Like, are parents getting up and bringing over their like 5-year-old children and said, "Hey, you want to watch some football?" and then shows them that.
Yeah.
I'm just. What was their watch time analytics?
Not a fun experience.
That's what I want to know.
But it was cool for like a couple.
It's an interesting thought.
It was cool for like a quarter or
yes.
so. Either way, this week, same 9:30 a.m. game. Jags Bills by 1 million.
By the way, also shouting out last week too. That was another game that surprised me as well. Other than the fact that the Titans, who looked dead in the water, beating the Bengals. The Bills beat the brakes off of what was once a hot Dolphins team, 48-20.
I think the Dolphins will bounce back, but I do think the Bills established themselves as an AFC contender.
Well, the Bills had a rough start to the year. I mean, it was nothing pretty at all.
But now they locked in, and Gabe Davis going crazy.
Gabe, I don't know if it's Gabe necessarily, or if it's what we got.
No, it's Zach saying, yes, exactly, Andy.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was, but I assume it's right. Yeah, the Bills started slow, but they're gaining momentum. Pats Saints.
This is another game that I kind of just don't care about, honestly.
It's going to be like 10-3
in favor. Do you remember back in the day? This is something I talked about on the Fantasy Express. Shout out Fantasy Express, WCRD 91.3, Always Better Radio, with Bryce Simsevich and Dylan Selke. Also sometimes Zach Greer, but not recently. One ththing that I talked about on there is the fact that this used to be a game that would have been like coveted. Like, this is a Sunday Night Football kind of game. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We're playing we're like both 10-10 teams, or 10-10. 10-win teams are going in there. We're at the Superdome. We're loud. Now it's just kind of like
whatever.
It's Derek Carr versus Mac Jones. Both kind of just
maybe Bailey Zabe
franchises, huh?
Maybe Bailey Zabe.
Zappy.
Zabe. I think it's Zappe. I think it's Zabe.
Is Zappy.
I know it's Zappy. I think it's Zabe.
It's not Zabe.
Whatever. Maybe Bailey.
Maybe Bailey.
Maybe.
Probably not Bailey.
We'll see.
People were saying that Mac Jones got pulled or benched from that game. They were just down so many points that there was no reason.
Bill Belichick didn't care anymore, and that happens.
Another thing that somebody brought up, again on Fantasy Express, is the fact that it may be a good idea to tell Bill that he needs to be demoted to head coach.
Maybe.
Instead of his dual, which is a crazy statement to say, But instead of his dual role as the general manager and the head coach, I think that Bill has not built a fantastic team to coach. I mean, he's still a good coach. I think that's still pretty evident.
But I don't think he did. You don't think he did a good GM job?
I mean, clearly not. I mean, your starting quarterback is Mac Jones still.
Touche.
Ramondre's great, and Hunter Henry's good. But like Judon, I mean, Judon's good too. But the rest of the team,
Judon's injured.
Yeah, which I did see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We'll yeah, we can deep dive. We can do a postmortem on the Patriots. I think he retires soon.
I don't think they'll ever fire him, like straight up fire him. I think they'll maybe, I don't know. I don't think Bill Belichick ever gets fired from that position though. I do believe that they need to probably ask him to step down from the general manager position though, especially as he gets older.
Yeah,
that's just me.
All right,
those are my thoughts. Continue.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. Let's rapid fire these to end out.
Okay.
Well, actually, Colts Titans.
Give me Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor comes back. I think the Colts play well. This is in Lucas Oil Stadium. I think it'll be a good game. I think Anthony Richardson will finally get a win under his belt playing throughout the whole game. By the way, this past week, first time Anthony Richardson played a whole game.
Yeah, he did all right.
Not
Ravens
enough.
Steelers.
All
I'm gonna have Ravens by a lot here.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, it's always one of those divisional games that you kind of have to maybe see. It'll maybe a little bit closer than one would expect, even though the Steelers are clearly the worst team. But I think it's still a Ravens W.
Yeah. Lions Panthers. Lions by a million per usual. Texans Falcons. Texans by a million.
Texans.
CJ Stroud's looking good. Giants Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Sorry, Giants, but Dolphins. Bengals Cardinals. This is actually going to be a close game, which it really shouldn't be. But
I would almost take the Cardinals here.
I'll say the Bengals. We'll split on that.
Okay.
Eagles Rams. It'll be Eagles, but I want to see a good performance from the Rams.
Yeah.
Jets Broncos. Jets. Broncos are bad at football. Chiefs Vikings. I want Chiefs to win.
Give me Vikings.
Okay. Cowboys 49ers. Niners all day. We didn't even talk about it that much today, but the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. That was crazy.
That was 2 weeks ago though.
Still
wild.
Still a wild
thing.
Cowboys 49ers is Sunday Night Football.
Niners.
I have Niners, yep.
And
then Packers Raiders on Monday Night Football.
Lame.
Packers.
Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll be back on Tuesday per usual next week. Actually, we won't be because we have fall break.
No, we won't. Yeah. Shoot.
We'll schedule that. We'll actually post on our story
about it.
when we'll be live next week. But
I'm pointing to no one.
Yes. As always, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you follow Andy and I on Instagram and Twitter. And we're going to actually post when we will be live next week to make it a little bit easier on everyone.
You know what? We always say that we're going to go short, but we always somehow end on this like 42 or so mark. It doesn't matter if there's no content, a whole lot of content. We're into it, super jazzed or not super jazzed. If we're medium jazzed, it always just kind of works out to right here.
Yep.
Unless when you have Max Robson on and it's an hour and 23 minutes of a podcast.
Hey, you win some, you lose some. You're nothing if you're not consistent.
That may have been 2 parts. That probably should have been 2 parts.
Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you always take the bus. Make sure you always got that fire in your gut.
And we will see you at an undisclosed time that we will at some point in time figure out next week.